What's going on, my friends? Welcome to the studio. My cup here says eat, drink, and be merry. This is usually a Christmas time cup, but with the weather we're having, it's a good idea just to kick back right now, eat, drink, and be merry. So, welcome to the studio. I'm Mike McFarland, the Lake Fork Guide. Yes, I am at home. We have done just what we teach and talk about, and we've done it in a very, very extreme measure, and that is Texas two-step. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not talking about dancing with your girlfriend at the bar. You need to become a member of my private channel and you'll know all about what I mean. But basically, in essence, is we warm trend, cool trend, warm trend, cool trend. And last week we had water temperatures up in the 60s. We had fish, not all the fish, but a certain amount of fish that really moved in, ready to start spring off, exciting, and super shallow fish with 60-degree water in specific areas. And then Mother Nature said, let's go backwards. And we had some cold trend, and then we had some rain, and then we had some more cold trend, and then we had huge rain, and we've got some major changes, let's just put it that way. So from one week to the next, it's a very big extreme change. Warm temperatures, cold temperatures, lake levels, all these weave together, and it's what we call, I like to call, the Texas two-step. The bass moved in a little bit, and then they pulled back out, and they moved in and pulled back out. So that's kind of the intro to the show, a little info about what's going on around the lake. We were having a fire off, catching some pretty good fish. My trip on Monday was right first day of the cold again, and they still were biting shallow. Most everybody I know caught fish shallow still. But here's the thing, guys. This is where the big change happened. Tuesday night, I talked to you Tuesday. Tuesday night, big rains. And it hailed so hard it woke me up. I live in the north end of the lake. I walked outside at 3 in the morning and I could not believe the entire ground was white with nickel-sized hail. But that all melted immediately, went in the water with backed rain, backed by rain, and enough to bring the lake up another 6 inches. 40334, gate open. As of today, we're 40321. Lake's dropping already from the one gate, but it actually had a point where it was even rising with the gate open. An amazing amount of water came through real fast. My property flooded big time once again. But 0 to 2, my pond, for example, went from super clear where I could sit on my porch and watch things happen, see the bass pull up in my shallows. And then right now it's just chocolate. I can't see anything. Now I do still have fish through the week shallow. I can see them, moving, chasing things, stuff like that. But the temperatures are back down. And that's the biggest change. So remember, a lot of these fish will move in. When they move in here over the next 2, 4, 6 weeks, I usually don't move all the way back out. So if you found some fish up in a shallow flat, for example, and Mother Nature hits us, like for example, the next week coming, it's going to be really cold, like cold, 14 degrees, with above freezing or below freezing high, and those fish will just retract a little bit. They'll go 20, 50, 100 yards back to the nearest deeper water ditch. Doesn't have to be deep water. It can be, if they're up in 2 feet, they could retract to 4 to 6. But they'll just pull back out. They'll pull back and also get on stumps. So much like in my fish right here, if this was underwater stump, they'll get right in there in the roots areas and they'll rest. They'll belly rest. They'll go lethargic because they're more conditioned once they've gone and made that transition from the winter position, winter offshore, etc., going in. Once those fish have gone in, and believe me, the first fish that go in aren't from all the way offshore. They're the ones that were already stayed in there anyways. But anyways, they're not going to make big moves once they moved in. They're committed. They want to be in, and they know by Mother Nature, whatever their connection is, that we will soon warm trend again as well. So we warm trend and we cool trend. Keep that in mind whether you're bass fishing or crappie fishing on Fork this time of year. So with that being said, again, the studio here, we do a lot of things in the studio. We film public videos, public fishing reports. We film interviews with other guides. We film sometimes just talk about products. We film the rundowns, and we also film the Let's Talk Fishing lessons. And we have special guests. We are soon, hopefully, going to be able to get some people like Mr. Jeff Sprague here from Lake Fork Lures. Love to have him in studio to sit down and talk about how he fishes on tour and the bait that he has designed, the Pro Craw. But I just want you to be aware of that in the studio. We do a lot of things. So take a closer look at what you got beyond this public free report. There's a lot to be said about the channel. Okay. All right, fish-wise on Fork. Like I said, we were doing good. We were catching, a lot of people were catching fish, shallow, reaction baits, chatterbaits, square bills, and so on and so on. Those things were working. In fact, the fishing started to get good all over. There was fish at Athens moved in shallow, digging nests. My phone on do not disturb here. So a lot of things, again, did begin. Again, I had a really good Monday for the conditions that we fished in. Showed me fish were committed to the shallows. But this change right here has hit us hard. And so keep in mind, fish creek swings, pull back. Fish in probably 4 to 12 feet of water right now in some of those backwater areas. Go back to your plastics, get you a jig, fish that jig good and slow. Don't expect a big bite or a reaction bite through the weekend. Although Saturday's going to be really nice. The weather's going to be nice for the day, warm trend. I didn't look at the winds. But you should, expect the very next warm trend when that comes to fire off. It looks like next week, like I said, we've got a huge cold trend. So we're going to get colder before we get warm back up again. Remember that. All right. Little tip for you. In these conditions, I don't have a lot to share with you because of what's going on. 6 inches of cold water and so on and so on. But when in doubt, trap it out. Throw yourself a rattle trap, a lipless crankbait, in other words. Get your favorite one out. If you're in clear water, use a natural one. If you're in dirty water, use a dirty one, or a Sam Rayburn red or chili bowl, or just the darker colors, black and chartreuse, black and blue. You ever throw a black and blue rattle trap? I know friends that do it all the time. Throw a black and blue jig. Why not a black and blue rattle trap? But anyways, make sure that if you are on Fork this weekend, with the overpool and things like that, depending on what you're trying to do, just kind of keep it in its place and realize those fish are stung again. They're zapped again from cold water. Now, I don't like dirty water. I don't like cold water. I really can't stand cold, dirty water. Right? Fish can't see in dirty water very well, so they're more dependent on reactions and things. If they're cold and lethargic, they just don't care. You got to hit them right on the nose for sure in the dirty water. The dirty water warms up first. I do like that. So, on Saturday, if you're in this tournament tomorrow or Saturday, I might expect that, fish the morning deeper in some of the different areas, mainly clear water areas, and then go to some of those warmer water areas afternoon. That dirty water warms up first. Just a public tip. Also giving you kind of an idea of what members is like. I'm feeding you here some pretty good information publicly. I want to feed you good information publicly, keep you on and make it worthy of a report. But I really want you to come over to my members only channel where I spill my guts about what's going on. But anyways, neither here nor there. Actually, I really want you to go to the Fish Life app and follow me where I drop waypoints. You can follow me, and wherever I go fishing, I give waypoints to the best spots available. And that's on Fish Life app. You can follow me there by monthly subscription. But anyways, bass fishing on Fork this weekend. Again, if you're in a tournament, I'd certainly be considering, it's high water. Sometimes those small unders can get really shallow. So something weightless may catch those guys as well. But what I want to do is I want to give you guys some crappie reports, which is something we do here publicly in this free public run-up. Jackie Wiggins says the bite is actually really good this week if you can stand cold weather. He said the patterns are changing from day to day. The fish are on the move. They move up and down, just like the bass are, moving in and out. Texas two-stepping. Some days they'll stack up on the bridges, and the other days they'll disappear. They're migrating. They're moving. And you see the bass do the same thing. Remember that. So he's finding a lot of fish in timber, 14 to 34 feet. That's the most consistent pattern. Now, that sounds to me like they moved in a lot because they used to be in 18 to 60 feet. So they've made some moving forward. He said that artificial bait holding above them is still working. If you're struggling with that, always put them in smaller profile jigs, get bit a little better in the deeper water. and on mid-lake or on the bridges. But once he heads north or shallower, the muddy water gets, he goes, what's he say? Oh, he goes a bigger profile, darker, bigger profile, longer profile than dirty water. But again, you will see these fish push shallower really quick over the next few weeks. Texas two-step with the crappie. They're going to do the same thing as bass. They want to come in spawn. That's what you really, really should expect to see. Okay, guys, so that's what's going on Fort for the weekend. I got a few other hot spots, a few other lakes that are fishing really good. We give those reports in our members-only channel. So if you want to have more information, look in the description below this video. Click on the link that says members only. Follow the procedure. Join us. We'd love to have you in our members only channel. There's over 300 and something members in that channel with 50,000 hours worth of view time. Awesome, awesome, very valuable channel. Again, we'd love to have you come join. Okay, thanks again. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. Hit the like button if you found this good. Share the channel with your friends. I really wish you all great fishing. A happy Valentine's Day weekend. Remember, Valentine, the big fish, I think she was 17 pounds, caught by Larry Barnes. She was caught on Valentine's Day, so don't be afraid of the cold weather, but just keep your expectation where it is. I'd be throwing myself a jig. Black and blue finesse jig. Money. Thanks for watching. I'm Mike McFarland, the Lake Fork Guide.